U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services announced that the overall employment-based annual limit for immigrant visas in fiscal year FY 2022 is approximately twice as high as usual, primarily due to consular closures abroad during the COVID-19 pandemic. In spite of huge backlogs, we are getting great news from USCIS.
Visit our Swat&Vee channel with your questions to see how best we can help you out your process. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel.
Now, let's get into the video. USCIS said it is dedicated to ensuring we use as many available employment-based visas as possible in FY 2022, which ends on September 30, 2022. USCIS explained that the annual limit for employment-based immigrant visa use in FY 2021 was 262,288, nearly double the typical annual total. Overall, USCIS and the Department of State, DOS, combined to use 195,507 employment-based immigrant visas in FY 2021. DOS issued 19,779 employment-based immigrant visas, and USCIS used 175,728 employment-based immigrant visas through adjustment of status, more than 52% higher than the average before the pandemic. Despite agency efforts, 66,781 immigrant visas went unused at the end of FY 2021, USCIS said. DOS has determined that the FY 2022 employment-based annual limit is 281,507, slightly more than double the typical annual total due to unused family-based immigrant visa numbers from FY 2021 being allocated to the current fiscal year's available employment-based immigrant visas. Through July 31, 2022, the two agencies have combined to use 210,593 employment-based immigrant visas. FY 2022 data is preliminary and subject to change. USCIS approved more than 10,000 employment-based adjustment of status applications in the week ending August 14, 2022, and DOS continues its high rate of visa issuance as well, USCIS noted. Here are a few of FAQs. How many employment-based visas did USCIS and DOS use in FY 2021? How many employment-based visas went unused in FY 2021? The annual limit for employment-based visa use in FY 2021 was 262,288, nearly double the typical annual total. The Department of State, DOS, publishes the official figures for visa use in their report of the Visa Office. Overall, the two agencies combined to use 195,507 employment-based immigrant visas in FY 2021. DOS issued 19,779 employment-based immigrant visas, and USCIS used 175,728 employment-based immigrant visas through adjustment of status, more than 52% higher than the average before the pandemic. Despite our best efforts, 66,781 visas went unused at the end of FY 2021. Can you estimate how many family-sponsored or employment-based immigrant visas USCIS and DOS will use during FY 2022? DOS has determined that the FY 2022 employment-based annual limit is 281,507, slightly more than double the typical annual total, due to unused family-based visa numbers from FY 2021 being allocated to the current fiscal year's available employment-based visas. Through July 31, 2022, the two agencies have combined to use 210,593 employment-based immigrant visas. FY 2022 data is preliminary and subject to change. USCIS alone approved more than 10,000 employment-based adjustment of status applications in the week ending August 14, 2022, and DOS continues its high rate of visa issuance, as well. We remain committed to taking every viable policy and procedural action to maximize our use of all available visas by the end of the fiscal year and are well positioned to use the remaining visas. Will my case be processed faster if I file a second Form I-485? Submitting a new adjustment of status application typically does not result in faster adjudication, and may have the opposite effect by adding extra burden to the USCIS workload. We are identifying and prioritizing all employment-based adjustment of status applications with available visas and approved underlying petitions, including those received prior to this fiscal year. This includes applications where non-citizens have submitted transfer of underlying basis requests. Please see below for a full explanation of how to submit a transfer of underlying basis request. If I receive a notice of that USCIS is transferring my Form I-485 to another office, does this mean my case is active and moving toward adjudication? Generally, yes. We are actively transferring tens of thousands of employment-based adjustment of status applications with approved immigrant visa petitions and available visas from service centers to the Field Operations Directorate, and within that directorate between the National Benefits Center and individual field offices. While there are several reasons we might transfer an application between offices, a transfer notice indicates activity in the processing of your application. We transfer applications to maximize the use of all of our resources across the agency to help ensure we use all visas available this fiscal year. If you have received a transfer notice, your underlying petition is approved, a visa is available to you, and you know that your previously filed Form I-485 does not have a valid Form I-693, obtaining a valid Form I-693 in the meantime may allow you to respond more quickly when we send the request to you. Why does the data on the USCIS website show such lengthy processing times for Form I-485s at the Texas Service Center and the Nebraska Service Center? We understand that it can be disconcerting when the processing times on our website, especially at the Texas Service Center and Nebraska Service Center, seem to get longer as the end of this fiscal year approaches. This is mostly a result of USCIS transferring visa available, petition approved applications from these service centers to the field offices for adjudication. The general result is that the small number of employment-based adjustment of status applications that remain at the Texas and Nebraska service centers read those that have already been pending for some time where the centers are completing the adjudication. We emphasize that we are identifying and prioritizing the adjudication of all employment-based adjustment of status applications with available visas and approved underlying petitions, wherever they are in the process, as we make every effort to use all of the employment-based visas available in FY 2022. Why did USCIS encourage new EB-1 and EB-2 filings from January through May as well as transfer of basis requests from EB-3? We evaluated our inventory in December 2021 and concluded that for USCIS and DOS to reach the annual limit, USCIS would need significant numbers of additional applications in the EB-1 and EB-2 categories. At that point in the fiscal year, USCIS already had enough existing inventory in EB-3 and EB-4 to use all the available visas in those categories.
I hope you guys found this video extremely helpful. If you know anybody that could benefit from this information, definitely make sure to share this video with them. We are all about empowering you with knowledge. So the more people that can benefit from this video, the more people we want watching this video. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs icon. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit on the notification bell for more immigration updates. Bye!